we're talking about the money tonight, you guys. And I want you, if you're hearing that song and you roll your eyes, I want you to just do a little gut check. Like, oh, why does that make you roll your eyes, right? What's your money story? Many of you have no money story. You were like, awesome, I love that. I want to keep listening. Some of you might have a little bit of discomfort because you don't talk about being a billionaire, or you don't hang around with people who talk about being a billionaire, or any of that. Whatever it is totally cool. It's just there for you as a notice to say, gosh, do I have a money story? And do I have a positive, healthy money story? Or do I, have some old tapes and things that I've been holding on to that you can grow from? Okay. And those of you who have read good money mindset books, throw them in the chat so other people can see money books or podcasts that can help people. This is an area that I have spent so much time on growing in my wealth mindset, my true desire to go from the left side of the quadrant to the right side of the quadrant, to really feel an honor and, love being unapologetic about wanting to make really great money and create wealth for my family, honestly. So that's a piece of it. The energy you carry around money will play a role in your success in this business. It will also play a role in the energy that you have as you're drawing out the compensation plan, as I am going to do here shortly. Okay. For those of you who don't know me, I joined Isagenix about 8 years ago. And at the time, the person that I enrolled with had been spending a couple of years posting before and after pictures and posting about shakes and posting about a cleanse. It was not until she started talking about the money that it piqued my interest to join and to say, you know what, gosh, maybe I am actually interested in what this woman, Amanda, is sharing. Until then, I don't know that I ever would have reached out to her, you guys, ever. Okay. We have created a full-time family income off of Isagenix since then, 8 years ago. And we have done it in large part because I always draw out the compensation plan, and I always show people the money, and I tell them to come do this with me, because you never know what's going on. I know Barbie says it, and I think she got it from stage, or you never know what's going on in people's bedrooms or their bank accounts, right? You never know. From the outside looking in, my life looked pretty perfect. Why would Allison ever do this? Is she someone who's struggling or looking for something? Not necessarily. But I knew deep down when I was going to my corporate job every day that I actually wanted a way to make money while I sleep, to make money that could create a form of time freedom, to make money that would give me options and choices, to create an asset, right? An asset for my family. When I found this, it just made sense to me. I was like, yeah, I totally get it. Yes, the bedroom, a lot of heated conversations happen in the bedroom, right? You don't know what people are talking about when they're laying in bed, what they're stressed about, what's keeping them up at night when they're laying in bed. I would literally cry myself to sleep because I was in a position where I had to leave my baby, my 1-year-old, in the morning to go to a job that was fine, but it wasn't something that I could be passionate about and would light me up and would give me a life where I could work really hard for a few years to set my family up in the long term. And when I speak about this, I speak with conviction when it comes to this compensation plan. The books you guys listed are awesome. Thank you for that. So I really, truly want you to take, and there was I don't know who said it, but there was a quote I read today. People refuse to commit to a 2 to 5 year plan because they want their lives to change immediately, not realizing if they never commit, in 2 to 5 years, their lives will be the same. I was looking for a change, and so I had a commitment. And part of that commitment was to learn this compensation plan inside and out, so I could draw it on napkins, so I could draw it on, just little scrap pieces of paper. So I could draw it at coffee shops and dentist offices and swimming lessons and all the different places that I was. Okay. And so there are a couple different ways that you can draw it. I am going to do it on a whiteboard right now because I love this. And then I'm going to show you another way that I do it often. which is an internet sketch pad, and I'll pull it up. But you guys can comment if you have preferred places that you have drawn it out. And I know we have some really powerful leaders on here who have drawn this millions of times. Yes, so true, Barbie. And those first 1 to 2 years, people, this is so powerful. People overestimate what they can make in 1 to 2 years. 2 years will pass. You feel like you're watching paint dry, trying to grow this team. And then you're like, oh, it didn't work, but maybe you just didn't stick with it long enough, right? To what you can create in 5 to 7 years of dedicated action. And I'm talking drawing this stuff out. I'm not just talking selling shakes. Okay. There's a big difference. So who put a 1 in the chat if you ever saw the Jen Smith training video? Because the Jen Smith training video is what I watched that first weekend in September of 2013. I love it. Can someone put the link in there? It is still out there. It's old school for the people who haven't seen it. It is, my husband and I sat down, watched it. I got on a 3-way call with Julie the next day. Did not know her. My enrolling sponsor hooked me up on a 3-way call. So, we met for coffee. I watched the video, the tool, got on a 3-way call, enrolled that day. It made sense to me. I showed my husband. You can go watch that video. It's a 45. I sat and watched all 45, 50 minutes of it. Thank you, Barbie. And, it's not polished, but I remember thinking, gosh, if this lady can do this, I really think I can. And so your goal is you're building a team and an organization with deep roots, with, people who are in it for the long game, is for people to watch this, watch that, watch your enrolling sponsor do it, get comfortable doing it yourself, and then show people, because once you see this, you cannot unsee this, even through the hard seasons, right? Julie, there's a call she's doing. I was just looking at the schedule of our calls later where it's like, what if you feel like you want to quit? Once you see this, you cannot unsee it. And I would never, it's like residual. It's not like anything else out there. So I'm going to draw it, and I'm going to draw it in a very kind of hopefully simple format. So I see Mallory. I'm going to use your name. Is that okay, Mallory? I'm just putting your name on the board. Cool. I might have you unmute and give me 2 names. Okay. Can you do that for me? Okay. Okay. So let's say that I'm talking to Mallory. We're sitting at a coffee shop, and I'm like, okay, Mallory, I'm really excited to show you this, because once I got this, it just made sense to me. I had to start telling everyone. And these are the words I use. This is exactly what I say. Once I got this, because you want to tell them, forward speak to them that they're going to get it, and they're going to be excited. They're not going to be able to sleep at night. Right? So Mallory, you're going to get started, and we're going to say you're going to get started on the value pack, because it's truly a comprehensive pack, everything you would need, from shakes to cleansing to vitamins, adaptogens, all the things. And you guys, you can do this with collagen. You can do it with all different things. I'm going to use the value pack as the example, because that's always been like the OG example. So Mallory, you're ready to get started on the value pack. So I'm going to put you here, and we're going to get you started. Is that backwards for you guys? Oh, good. It is for me. Okay. Who are 2 people that you think might want to do this with you? Maybe you want to feel a little better, gain some more energy, age more youthfully, or even earn some extra income?
My friend Carson and my friend Lauren.
Carson and Lauren. Awesome. Okay. And so we're going to help Carson and Lauren, and I'll help you. I'll help you with what to say to them and stuff. We can get them on a call with, help them get started with you. Does that sound good? Okay. So when you start Carson on the same pack that you're going to start on, Isagenix gives you a referral bonus. Okay. And I give Barbie full credit for these 3 R's that she has, you guys. Absolutely love, and I use all the time. So referral bonus for Carson starting of $100. That's a one-time, thank you for helping your friend get started on Isagenix. Okay. Same thing when Lauren gets started. You're going to get another $100 because it's a second one. So thank you. And every time you do a value pack, anytime you get someone started, you'll get $100. Here's where it gets cool though. Whenever you start more than 1 in the same calendar week, so Carson and Lauren starting in the same week, they're actually both going to double. So you're going to get 200 and 200. 200 for Carson, 200 for Lauren. How does that sound? Good. Yep. Cool. And whenever you start 2 people, what you have now shared with 2 people, you hit the first level of leadership, which is called consultant. And if you do that in your first week, in your first 7 days, so we'll set you up when you're ready to get them started, then you get an extra $100 also. So now we're already at $500. And you guys, this value pack where you're getting all these meals, all these 30 days of product, it's $589. And so just by helping 2 people get started, I can show you how to make it effectively $89. You sharing with 2 people. How does that sound? Good, right? This, and some people are only going to ever go this far, and that's cool. That's not what I say to them, but I'm just telling you, it's okay. We create lots of consultants that don't take it further, right? And that's totally cool. But then, Mallory, the next step is they share. And that is you showing Carson and Lauren how to do what you just did, right? How to make back that $500. So we'll have Carson share with 2, and we'll have Lauren share with 2. And every time that you help someone like Carson or like Lauren become a consultant themselves, you get an additional $100. 100 for Carson becoming consultant, 100 for Lauren becoming consultant. Okay. So now we've already done the 200, 200, 100 for consultant. Now we have another $200 coming to you for helping them. And then, so once you do this, when you have 2 consultants under you, you become a manager. And when you do that in your first 60 days, literally 2 people who each find 2 people. So 6 people getting healthy using isogenics. You get an additional $250, okay, for having a sense of urgency around it. And so let's add this up. Now we are at 2, 4, 6, 8, 9. Am I doing this right? Yeah, 1,050. We are literally at, why do I feel like it's wrong? No, I think it's right. 5, 6, 7, 8, 950. That's what I was thinking it was 9. Yeah. The 950 script. So now you are at $950. So Mallory, not only have you covered this pack, but you've also created money to cover your next month of products. You're helping other people get paid. When people get paid, they don't ever want to quit isogenics if they're getting paid to use the products, right? So very exciting. This right here, this extra $250 is called a rank advancement bonus, okay? So that's the second R. So referral, rank advancement bonus. That's like the 100 consultant. That's the 250 manager. Those are rank advancement bonuses. So you get money when you start people on products, referrals. You get money when you move through the ranks, rank advancement. Those are exciting and they're fun. They're fun play money. They're fun cash. The most exciting one, and when I really got it, when I really got it, you guys, was the residual piece, the third R. Okay? The residual piece. And this is the stuff that was from like the Jen Smith training where it just, because these numbers have all changed since her training. When you watch it, the numbers won't, these early numbers won't make sense. But this last one is the foundation. It's the legacy. It's the stuff that you can will to your children, right? You can will this to your children. So basically what it is that you just keep going, repeat. You help people get started. They help people get started. Exactly what Barbie's saying in the chat, the foundation of the comp plan. You start people, you help them find their 2. You start people, you help them find their 2. You draw it out for them. And then this goes on. Every product has a point, and every person, every circle that shows up in your organization, whether you put the person there, whether Carson put the person there, Lauren put, or maybe Carson's cousin over here in Tennessee goes and builds an organization, and someone in there is from Switzerland and they go, right? Because we're global. Every single one of those people rolls up to you in the form of residual, in the form of every purchase they do rolls up to you. Up to 250 cycles a week, which is $13,500 a week. Okay, it's like $700,000 a year. You can make in one business center, unlimited depth. Unlimited depth. This does not break off. There's no breakaways. There's no flushing of volume at the end of the month. If some of you have been in other companies, it goes on and someone below you makes more than you, their team doesn't break off. That happens in some companies. Okay. And it just keeps going. And, you know, what I like, one of the best things that I ever heard early on about this is we have a consumable product. I'm going to write this down and you can write it down too. C plus E plus V equals R. Okay. And this is why this is different than products that I love. You guys, products that I love, maybe a handbag or a jewelry or something else that's a hard good, right? I've purchased kitchen stuff and Tupperware and things like that. Great products. I think network marketing companies make great products, but we have this golden ticket. We really do. For the first part is consumable. Every month, pantry, grocery type food that people are using and replacing, right? It's just food. It is. It's an emotional product. Who in here, put a 2 in the chat if you've had an emotional response to the products because they've helped you with an energy or a stress or a weight loss or whatever it is, muscle gain, whatever in the gym, whatever it is, consumable plus emotional plus visible. My favorite thing is when I tell someone about this, because I draw this, you guys, I draw this for everyone. And they're like, no, I'm not interested. Okay, that's fine. Sure. You could be, I love my customers. Use the same verbiage. Okay, cool. I love my customers. I want you to see it. And then they call me back and they say, Allison, so-and-so just, they noticed something different about me. They want to start too, because they noticed a difference in I was glowing or my energy or they noticed I was dropping some pounds. It's visible also. So sometimes people, yeah. See, Tia, I love it. Last night, I want what you're drinking. Let's talk. People notice. Consumable plus emotional plus visible is that ticket for residual. Exactly. And that I heard that formula probably at my first ICU, and I was like, gosh, it just makes sense to me. This is why I had never said yes to a different network marketing direct sales company. And what Barbie said a little bit earlier, you accumulate BV from your entire organization, all of it. It never cuts. It's not like 6%, then 5%, then 2%, then 1%, then cut. It just keeps going. Someone down here can come in and blow it up, and all of that volume rolls up to you in the form of payments. This is how you truly make money when you sleep. And those auto ships all go out with the same BV. It's not like, oh, after 9 months, the person, you don't get it paid anymore, right? Affiliate marketing. This, there's like lip gloss that I order and stuff. Maybe they get it on the first order, but it goes on forever and ever and ever, right? We're not multi-level. We get paid on all of it. You're building a network of consumers and a network of people who want to also open their mouths and talk about it. Okay. And if you want to go and you want to lead with the products, and that's very normal. You can lead with the products because you're in love with the products and first for you was the products. That's great. I encourage you to not leave this part out. It's going to feel clunky a few times, but get in the habit of saying, okay, I just really want to show you the money side and why I'm doing this. I want to show you what I see so that you can decide. And maybe it's not for you right now. But that way you'll know 5 years from now, if something in your life changes, I want you to practice a bridge statement that you can move into that. And if you're here and you're like, I want this yesterday, I get this, I want this. I just saw Betsy Frame she's in our upline. There was a post that popped back up on my feed. I don't know if it did on anyone else from years ago when she maxed out her business back in 2013. It just, those old posts that come up, it popped up on my feed yesterday when she maxed out. And I remember I was at that ICU 8 years ago and watched her, they celebrated her maxing out her first business center. She's gone on to build another one. And I remember just being like, I want this like yesterday. I want this. I want to be executive. I want residual income. Then I encourage you to go make a list of people that you can show this to. Okay. So you can go products and bridge statement into drawing it out, or you can also lead with this and you can say, hey, I'm doing something and I'm really excited about it. And you're savvy and I thought of you and here's why. Can I please draw it out for you? And then you can decide yes or no. My biggest fear in this business is not necessarily rejection. It's that someone out there is the before Allison. They had those feelings that I had, and they haven't yet seen this. or they're somewhere in my organization, you know, a couple thousand people deep, and they would actually love to, but they haven't seen it yet. So who can you go share this with this week? And you will get comfortable doing it. And it's fun. It's so fun. I love getting boxes from people on our team who are like, I just threw this out and the person got it. And, you know, I know Barbie's been doing that. And she's like, oh my gosh, so-and-so, it was so fun to draw it out for them. Like when you have someone that gets it, it's fun. Okay. So going back to the energy of, you know, the energy that you're carrying around that, around, you know, building wealth and building legacy and draw this. So, I mean, it took me 15 minutes to draw it out. It doesn't actually take that. You don't need to go into the 600 BV, 300 BV, 900 equals $54. I honestly, truly believe you do referral rank residual. You do it with passion and energy. I like, you know, I think it's key to get this number out there, 13,500, and then talk about some of the key components. And then you just say, you know, do you want to do it with me? And if they're open, get them on a 3-way call at that point, just like Amanda did with me, right? Send them a video, invite them to an event, whatever that next step is. Get them to consultant. Okay, go find your first 2. I'll talk to them. Super fun. I will pause. Oh, the one other thing I wanted to show you, because I do love doing it on this sketch pad. So, and this, it saves it. This was an old one. Lisa's going to recognize it because this is, I don't think she's on, but this was for Carly that we recently did. And you can see, you guys, this is what I do. Like same kind of concept, right? And this is how I do, you know, ACMDE when someone is in and they want to go and they want to do it. Sketch, I just type in sketchpad.io and this pops up. Or you could do Internet Sketchpad, but you can, if you want to write that, or I'll put the link in the chat. And then you can literally, like I do, I just draw it out with circles. You get good at it. And then that way you can share your screen if you feel like this is clunky for you. But if you don't like this version, I just wanted to show you a different option. Okay. Cool. Oh yeah, thanks. Google Online Whiteboard. There's lots of them. That one I like because it always saves it. What questions do you guys have? Any questions or comments or things that are working for you when you're drawing it out? If you are, you know, have anything to share, I'd love to open it up.
I just add that, I mean, you did this when you had Mallory give you names, but just to point out the intentionality around like whenever you're casting the vision with someone to ask them to give you 2 names, because it immediately gets them thinking about who those first 2 people are. So you did that because that's just a really natural thing. So I just thought it was worth at least pointing out that that's why the intentionality is there. Like you could come up with 2 names, but it's better to say, how about you come up with 2 names? So
yeah, great point. And it's actually less clunky too, because then you're involving them in the conversation. Your forwards, yes, engaging, exactly. And if you know, if I say, well, person 1 and person 2, or I say Bob and Joe, it doesn't even relate to them. You know, they're like, okay, it's more hypothetical.
The other thing I was going to add too was one of the pivots that I've made in the last year is really focusing more on sharing the income opportunity. So one of the, I guess, mindset pieces for me that I hope will help those of you on the call tonight who are really feeling the yearn and eager to like pull in income interested people, right? And make that switch is, I have found that you really have to invite people to look at the income opportunity, just like you're inviting people to look at the product. So just like posting about shakes isn't going to necessarily draw in a ton of product enrollments, you still have to invite people to take a look at the products, right? It goes the same for the income opportunity. Even when I started posting more about the income opportunity, that didn't necessarily mean my inbox was being flooded with people interested in earning income, right? It still meant that I had to invite people to take a look at me drawing out the compensation plan, right? And so if you're feeling eager to pull in business builders and make that pivot, I encourage you to really focus on some of those income producing activities being sharing the income opportunity and inviting people to watch income videos, not just the product videos. That's been an exciting pivot for me this year.
I love that. That's great, Jamie. Yeah, and I see it with you, and I've seen you grow in that, right? I mean, that's been, and every single one of you on here can grow into how you want to do this business. And if you do it a certain way right now and it's not your favorite, or sorry, my dog's like down here. Or I was like, what is that? You can grow into that. Even if right now you're like, gosh, I'm not good at that. Get rid of that story and grow into exactly what you want to be. Like growth, we probably should have a call on growth mindset at some point, because just the concept of you are not stuck. You do not need to stay stuck. Income videos, what do you guys like for income videos?
I do Jen Smith, Eric Worre part 1, Eric Coover part 1, Eric Coover part 2. Yep. I go to the Isogenics YouTube channel. They have a ton of income. Kathy Coover has an income video. Isomovie.com under the wealth creation tab, Lisa, has a ton of really great income videos. Those are the ones I really, really do like. Eric Coover's part 1 and part 2. He covers the, like Allison was saying, the upfront money, right? And then he goes into part 2, which is really that residual income piece. So if you haven't watched those yet, Lisa, definitely watch part 1 and part 2.
Yeah, if you just go to YouTube and you type in Eric Coover whiteboard videos, they pop up, part 1 and part 2. And I like, because then I can tell them this is the chief visionary officer. He's the son of the owners. I think it's great. I know Barbie recorded herself doing it. And I think, Barbie, you send it out, right? Like, so you have one that's you doing it. That's a great idea if you guys, want to just have one that you do.
Yeah, I have the one of myself doing the 3 R's. Can you hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay. I have the one of myself doing the 3 R's. Again, it's like it's the basics, right? And it's really just inviting everyone to be able to take a look at it. Again, I believe that everybody needs and deserves to see this compensation plan, and then they can make the decision, right? Don't be, the one that makes the decision for them based on, whatever it is, beliefs that you might think that they might not be interested in it. So I have that one that I sent out. But again, I think what I was going to say too is if you don't feel confident in drawing out the comp plan, lean on your team, lean on your leaders. Because honestly, I think I probably watched Allison and Amanda and all of the other leaders at, sip and samples and things like that to build my confidence in myself drawing out this compensation plan. So don't hold back the invitations of looking at the income opportunity just because you're not comfortable drawing out the comp plan like Allison did or your other leaders. Like, lean on your leaders. We would be happy to do 3-way calls drawing out this compensation plan. I have told my team that book my calendar, fill me up with 3-way calls, because I love, this is what I get super excited about. I did 2 of them earlier today. And I think that is what's going to really propel you forward. If you're only talking about products, you're in sales. But in order to truly build a network marketing business, you need to be talking about the opportunity, and you need to be sharing the income opportunity with people.
So good. And yeah, I mean, so to Lisa's point, I think, yeah, you basically answered. It's not, I don't think it's better one way or the other. I think it's whatever you feel is going to land the most and what you're and it's okay to say, I'm new at this, so I'm going to get someone else who's that's super relatable. And it's super like, oh, well, I don't have to have it all figured out. If you come across too perfect or too polished, they might actually not see themselves in doing it with you. We often discount ourselves if the person that's presenting to us is so good at it, so it's okay to say, I'm new at this, or like, yeah, I want to bring someone, I want to bring my friend Barbie. You're going to love her. Like, she's just been doing it longer than me, and she'll be able to, draw it out. And then I'm there too. And then if you have someone do it, watch, engage, take that time for yourself to immerse yourself, right? To take notes or to say, oh my, you'll pick up phrases and words and verbiage from these people as they're doing it. It works so well. Good. I love it. Tia, do you have a question?
Well, I was just gonna say, I've been sending out messages to some of my really close friends who are not interested in isogenics, but I've been like, hey, I need to practice my sales pitch. Can I just set up a time where I can just practice with you, like someone I'm super comfortable with? And she's like, totally. And I've just been practicing with her. That's a good way. And then also, we're doing the Harvest Book Club, you know, there's a whole chapter on growth.
I love
And
it.
it was really good. We went through it this last week in this book.
Yeah.
The Power of Five. I highly recommend you guys getting it if you haven't read it. It's really good. And it's got like little questions at the end. What is it? I can't remember right now off the top of my head. I have to find it, but
Yeah.
really get this book, you guys. If it's super short, Look, I highly recommend it.
Good. I love that. Yes. Yes. Thank you for that. Good. Yeah, that book is so good. And for John Maxwell, I mean, he's not in network marketing. So for him to, you know, endorse and see it, and, you know, it's really wonderful. Awesome. Anything? Okay. So yeah, I mean, just, you know, once again, that quote that I had read, people refuse to commit to a 2 to 5 year plan because they want their lives to change immediately, not realizing that if they never commit in 2 to 5 years, their lives will be the same. Okay. So just think through, like, what are you, just stake in the ground. I mean, you know, commit to getting this out there and showing people and asking them, and you're going to draw it out for a ton of people and not everyone's going to get it. And that's okay. But like, that's why we're here. We do this power of a team, strength in numbers. And then you're going to find those people who just, they get it. And they're like, oh, I mean, nothing about that to me was like, I wasn't like shunning. I'd never shunned it. I was like, oh my gosh, yes, I want this. Julie's nodding. She was the same. Oh my gosh, yes, I want this. You are looking for those people. You are not here to convince the people who don't get it. You are looking for the people who do. Okay, so have fun with it. Thank you guys. Have a great night. Thank you all for coming and hanging with us. Bye.